Okay, today's quick tutorial is about how to make a nutritious, delicious, nutrient-rich stock. Usually I would use. Shh, baby, can you shh? Usually I would try to use like all chicken or all beef bones, but this time I'm not seeking a specific flavor profile, so I'm using an amalgam of bones. I have pork bones, lamb bones, chicken bones, some turkey bones. All of these things I've just been collecting in my freezer from meals over the last couple of weeks. Even so, I didn't feel like I had an adequate amount of bones for a full batch of stuff, or maybe even like a half. So I went down to White Center and got myself some so delicious turkey backs. I threw these with a lot of salt and pepper on them in a 350-degree oven and roasted them until they're nice and caramely brown. I could have used them raw, however, hey honey, can you be quiet please? Thanks. I could have used them raw, but roasting them is going to develop more flavor, and anytime you can add another layer of flavor to your cooking, please take the opportunity. That's the way to really make something complex and special. After I put the turkey back with my collected bones in my cauldron here, I'm going to fill it up until it's about 3 inches from the top. And I'm going to add, did you take it? Apple cider vinegar. A 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar in this big pot full of water and bones, and I'm going to let it sit and do nothing except for extract nutrients for like 3 hours or 4, whatever. It's just going to sit there. After it's sat for a good long while, I'm going to add these items that I've collected on my cutting board for you. Whole lot of onions, because I'm a big fan of onions. Some celery, some carrots, known as mirepoix to fancy folks. I've smashed garlic. I've got some bay leaves here. Some peppercorns, a little handful of peppercorns, and the super secret ingredient that no one will tell you about, but I will. This beautiful rind, Parmesan Reggiano. That's right. The reason I'm justified in buying 20 bucks worth of Parmesan at Costco, I'm using every single piece of that wedge of cheese. This imparts a really delicious, unidentifiable flavor. It makes it really special, in my opinion. Thank you to my mother-in-law for that awesome tip. Let's see. So if I would have been more on top of my game, not only would my bones have come out of the freezer, but I would have also had a bag of other vegetable debris, while you're cooking and throwing away the little ends of onions and peeling carrots and, the ugly celery that you're not going to use. Just go ahead and throw that in the freezer in one big bag, so when you're ready to make a stock, it's just there waiting for you, and you really aren't wasting anything in your kitchen. After it's sat, and I've added all of my delicious aromatics, I would add Italian parsley if I had it, but I don't. So, but whatever, it's going to be good anyway. I'm going to turn this cauldron on very low heat. I think the biggest mistake people make making stock is that they crank it up, because this is a huge volume of water to get boiling. They crank it up so it's boiling really vigorously, and then they turn it down to a simmer. Don't do it that way. Bringing this up as slow and as long as it takes to get it to boil on a super low temperature is the perfect way to ensure a very clear, lovely broth. I myself prefer a clearer broth versus a broth that's got a bunch of matter in it and debris, and we eat with our eyes and it looks better. After you get it to simmering, and it will take hours. It'll take a couple hours to get this baby simmering. But after you get there, go ahead and let it cook for 24 hours. That's a good number. If you go longer, fine, it's not going to damage it, but let it cook for a good long while. The whole house will be permeated, it'll smell like coming home, it's all very good. When you're finished, and it's cooked, strain it. I find that if I strain it into 3 or 4 fairly large Tupperware vessels and put it in my refrigerator downstairs, after letting it cool on the counter for a while, if I feel like it, I'm going to scrape the fat off. But if I don't feel that it's a super, super fatty concoction, just leave it in. There's a lot of health benefits from the fat as well, and it's very satisfying to have a nice cup of stock in the morning that's got some satiety because of the fat. So I would just recommend it. That's what I do. After it's cooled, I'm going to take it and further process it into smaller cubes. I usually use about half cubes that are decent large, for recipes in the future. And then I also do a number of ice cube trays. And so you continue to process and freeze and process and freeze until you've got a couple of Ziploc bags full of materials for cooking and for enjoying in a nice coffee cup in the morning. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comments section. I would be happy to answer them as well as entertain any other good ideas you might have yourself. Thanks so much.